All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's PIhcam with HuddleGG, and in today's video we're going to talk about defending RPOs and two little tips and tricks that you should know on the defensive side of the ball of understanding why your defense is playing the way it is. Okay, so we're going to be talking about RPO read plays here in this video. So with an RPO read play, this is what the play art's going to look like for the offensive player. Okay, the RPO read is going to be a read option with a pass as a third option, right? So you can either hand it off, keep it with the quarterback, or throw it. Okay, so they're going to have three options on this play. They're also going to have two players on the defense with this R and this P icon above their heads. Okay, the R icon is going to play the read option only. Okay, it does not matter what assignment he is on, he's never going to play the pass on this play. The P is there for the pass option, right? So he's either going to be blitzing, whereas the pass would be open, or he's going to be trying to work his way to that pass. So on this play, obviously it's the bubble. Okay, so that's what those two icons stand for. Now, understanding who has the R icon is very important as a defensive player, and it's kind of tough because you do have to do this in practice mode, right? In the game, it's not going to show who's the R and the P because you don't know they're running an RPO, right? So you do have to lab this prior and understanding in your formations with your alignments who these players are against the different RPOs in the game. The reason I say that is you're going to see here if we want to man up that B receiver with the linebacker that's above him, right? So we man up this linebacker here on the left with that receiver. That guy that we manned up is not the R icon or the P icon, so he's really just going to play this man coverage, and he's going to do a good job of stopping this bubble, okay? So if we try to run this, you're going to see that he bites down, and he's there to pick that ball off, right? Here, I'm going to show you, we're going to do the exact same thing. But if our alignment is a little bit different, right? So let's say he's down here and we man him up. You'd think it'll cover it the same, right? He's closer, he's still in the man coverage, but now he's the R icon. One thing you never want to do when defending RPOs is have your player that's the R icon trying to defend the bubble or the screen or whatever the pass option is on these RPO reads. Okay, if I'm an offensive player and I see the R icon over the player I want to throw to, I'm throwing it every single time. I don't care what he's in. I don't care if he's in a hard flat, a 0-yard hard flat, man-to-man coverage. You're going to see here, this is the exact same coverage, but because this player is now in a different responsibility, we're going to be able to throw this every single time, and he's never going to make a play on that ball. Okay, and it's simply because he has that R icon above his head, and so his responsibility has changed based off his alignment in the play. Okay, here, obviously this guy's manned up, and what you're going to see is he's going to take a couple steps back. But as an offensive player, if you know the R icon is above his head, you know he will never play this pass option, and we can throw this every single time, and he will never be there to make a play. Okay, this is very consistent. It does not matter what you put him on. Okay, so let's say we put him on a hard flat and tell him just to go to the hard flat, right? And we can even pass commit here. Okay, so pass committing with a hard flat. If that R icon is above his head, again, it never matters. We can throw this every single time, and he's never going to break on the pass because he's playing the read option portion of the play. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to know when defending these RPO reads is make sure that the defender you want to cover the receiver is not the player that's in the read option responsibility. Okay, the second thing we want to know is the run fits. Okay, so let's say here that we have, again, we want to put that guy on a hard flat, right? And you see there, the guy on the left is in a hard flat. He's not the read icon, so we're thinking he should be good. He should go out there to the hard flat. But the next thing you need to understand is he's in the run fit on a run to the right, right? So if they run the ball to the right, he's going to bite inside first because of his run fit responsibility, which is still going to open up this pass play, right? So here we obviously have him in a hard flat. You think he's going to jump out there and defend this bubble, but if we run this, you're going to see how he bites inside first and gives us just enough space to throw that ball. Okay, this is going to be very consistent as well for your opponent if they're running this, right? And you're going to get frustrated because you're thinking, I'm putting him in a hard flat. He should be defending this. His first responsibility is the run fit on the run. And then as soon as he sees it's a pass, he then tries to get to the hard flat. But at that point, he's taken those false steps inside. So it's too late at this point. Okay, and you can see there we were able to get the edge, and we were able to still get a nice 7-8 yard gain with that bubble screen. Okay, now if you do pass commit, you can defend that a little bit better with the hard flat, right? So let's say we do that same exact thing, and you know they're running an RPO. If you pass commit as a defensive player, he will ignore the run fit that he was doing on the last play, and you'll see here that he does go out there and play the hard flat. There, obviously, he bumped into the player, but I'll show you in replay that he's not going to, again, take those false steps inside to defend the run, because we told him no matter what, play the pass. Okay, so you see here he takes no false steps inside, and that's something that is very valuable of understanding of how he's going to play it, right? Because sometimes you'll say, I put him in a hard flat, why is he stepping to the inside? It's because he's in the run fit for that, and he's going to have to play that unless you pass commit. Now, personally, I don't like pass committing, because then if they do end up running the ball, it does make your defender slower, and it's just harder to make a tackle on the run. So I try to defend these without pass committing, but just know that if you do have the guy in a zone and you do want him to go out there into the hard flat without playing the run in any way, you can pass commit to get that to happen. Okay, now that is only going to be effective with, or it is only going to matter with zone. Okay, if he's man-to-man with the player, it doesn't matter. As long as he's not that R icon, he's going to play that. We don't have to pass commit for that to happen. Okay, so just know that if your guy is in a zone and you don't want him to bite to the inside, then you have to pass commit. Okay, and if you want to just man him up, that'll take care of that. But again, like I said, you can't man him up if he's the R icon. Okay, that is very important. And we can see too, let's say that we want to defend this with somebody else. So let's say that we have this guy in here and we're usering him, right? And let's say we try to drop this guy into the hard flat, right? This safety. We want him to go guard that bubble. Okay, now you're going to see that if we don't pass commit, he's also going to take those false steps inside, because if you see on this play, he's also in a run fit if the run is to the right. Okay, so depending on your play call, that's going to change. Okay, so in a cover 4, the safety's in a run fit. So if they try to throw this, you see how that safety took false steps inside, and that gives us just the space we need to get to the edge there with the receiver. Okay, so if we go to the replay real quick, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, is even with this guy back here, if we had him on a hard flat, he's in the run fit first. So if we don't pass commit, he's going to take these false steps inside, which gives us just enough room here to throw this bubble to the outside. Okay, now you'll see if we switch our play entirely. So let's say we go to a cover 2. Okay, in a cover 2, the safety's not in a run fit, right? So you see that safety back there is not in a run fit anymore. So if we would try to defend that with him in the hard flat, right? So now we have that guy going to the hard flat because we want to use this guy down here. Now he's actually going to not take those false steps inside, even though he's still on a hard flat, and we don't have to pass commit here either because he's not part of the run fit, right? So if we run this, you can see that he immediately goes to the outside and he's there to make the tackle. So again, these two tips are very important in defending any RPO read in the game, right? So here I showed you that if they're manned up, you want to make sure they're not on that read icon. If they're in a zone, you got to make sure they're not in the run fit. So understanding the run fit and understanding where those read and pass icons are super important in understanding how to stop all the different RPOs in the game. And I know they can be frustrating at times, but you can see here, again, when we know he's not in the run fit and we put him on a hard flat, you don't have to pass commit at that point because he has no run fit responsibility. So he's going to just bite down and he's going to be able to make a play a lot quicker on this than if he was in a defensive play call where his first responsibility is that run fit on the play. So again, make sure that you do get into practice mode in your particular defenses and really understand where the R and where the P icons are with the meta and with the popular RPOs that you face, and also understanding the run fits of the plays that you're calling to understand which defender you really need to be covering these RPO read screens. If you've made it to the end of this video, odds are you're serious about becoming a better Madden player, and we're here to help. On our website at HuddleGG, $9.95 a month unlocks all of our full game plans created by some of the best Madden players in the world. You'll also have access to our private Discord where Madden pros will answer your questions and help take your game to the next level. Have a great day.